More. Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that make fish. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Fish.
Hi there.
Let's talk about fish, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that make fish. Let's talk about fish. Let's talk about fish. Fish.
Well, good morning, Joey.
Good morning, Father Fish. How are you?
I think we've got a big gap.
I'm gonna drop down. I'll be right back.
We have about a 5-second gap. It just the way the system works, I guess. When I cut the music off, somehow, or when I cut it on, it jumps in between us, and then when it goes off, that gap is still there. So she'll come back up and we'll be good again. Amanda's Aquarium. Hello, Stephanie Frederick. Broadcast Illusions. Logan's Aquatics. Amanda's Aquarium. Nice to see you. Who else is here? Joey? I want to get the rest.
I'm here, but I think you and I still have a gap. But I'm just gonna scroll back to the top. I see Lee Wilcox, so. Holly Gibbs. You don't think so? Oh no, we're good now. Yeah. Did you say Glassbox Fox, Fish and Tank Ticks? I didn't hear anything, so I don't know who you said hi to. So I'm just saying hi. Roman's here, Indy's here, Corona Karen, and Paul. Did you start from the bottom? I'm assuming. So I'm not sure.
I think so. Yeah.
From
Amandus, nice to have you with us. Amandus is the proud possessor of a blue wrench.
Oh, nice. And one fishy dude, Mr. B, CPDs, by the board, Greg, the guy. And then down to Amanda's Aquariums. And you said hi to Steph, I believe. And David Sanso maybe just came in. Hannah, Joan, Logan's Aquatics, Jean, Tam, Rosalind's here, Jay Oliver's. Did we get about everybody, I hope? Callie?
David Samsel. Hannah Robinson.
Yep.
Did you get all them, Frank?
I think so. And if we missed somebody,
Logan's broadcast, yep.
A lot of times he works from the bottom, I work from the top.
Right. World's smallest fish room.
Yes.
I think I'm going to be in the running for that title.
Well, it'll be a different way, but it'll be fun. New adventure. Good morning, Wendy.
Yeah, I'm planning on less than 10 tanks.
Well,
my goal is 9 tanks.
Well, good.
Six 29-gallon, 2-foot wide.
Yeah.
2 Red Sea Max 35-gallon and 155.
Wow.
And we'll go from there. We'll see how that goes.
Yep.
The next step beyond that will be tubs, and then after that will be a greenhouse.
Well,
so we'll see how it all goes.
Yeah. Good morning, Fish Tastic friends. Anyway, good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming in. And we're early and we have this many people. So that's great.
Yes, we do. And we're going to be shutting down at 9:30 or so. I have a critical a heart specialist appointment
Ah,
today that I have tried to get advanced. And excuse me, hiccuping. This was the only opportunity to get in to see
yeah.
him for the next several months. So,
I mean, you have to do what you have to do. Yeah. Yeah. Um,
uh,
Father First, my sister lost a wrench.
who did? Stephanie. Look at
Stephanie. I'm
that.
like, how did Stephanie lose a wrench? She's had a wrench forever.
Can't even imagine. Well, you got one now.
Okay, thank you. um, so I'm looking.
Oh, let's see.
Oh dear.
Karuna Garan wanted to know if you have a black water tank.
And I answered him, I don't. I have never kept a black water tank. For me, it just I haven't wanted to keep any of those species, so I have never done that. Um, I like looking at other people's stuff, but it's not something I've been interested in personally. You like them though, right? You like black water
Yeah,
tanks.
I'm gonna set one up. Um, Probably a couple of 10 gallon, a couple of small ones, because I want to do these Madagascar gouramis that I've got, the
That's
Phoenix.
right. That's right.
They're doing really well. We've
Yeah.
been feeding a blackworm, and
No,
they're doing
that.
amazingly well.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep them and try to keep them going.
Yeah.
See if we can make
Um,
something happen with them.
that'll be cool. So, good morning, Roger. If I had a fish, can you give Amanda a wrench?
I
She's the only one
did.
left up right now. Okay, because she said she doesn't have one.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
twice
showing
I've
up.
done it now.
Oh, well, he's trying, Amanda. For some reason, it's not showing up. I don't understand that. Anyway, we'll hope that it kicks in. So I know you said they were doing really well, and you were happy about that. So that's cool. Hopefully, they
Yeah,
make the
yeah.
move over, into your other tank, and all is well.
Oh, Jean Campbell got her plants, and
Oh,
she liked it.
oh, nice.
Wonderful.
Okay, so there's Amanda's aquarium with her wrench. And actually, can you give Cooper's Aquatics right below? Because they've been here more than once.
You bet.
Thank you. We haven't passed that
Cooper
wrench.
Aquatics is now a moderator. Good
Okay, Amanda's got it. Yeah. Okay, cool.
morning, Cooper.
Yes. Good morning. And if anyone has a question, they're welcome to drop it in the chat. And
And
our goal is
Amanda
to
is
stay
now blue.
at the
Good.
close bottom of the chat as we can. Yeah, Steffi got a new wrench. Yeah, I guess
Stephanie's got hers back. Good.
Yeah, she's got a new wrench. That old wrench was just worn out. We need a new one.
That's what it was.
I'm
Lee said, Stephanie, I said hello to you before you arrived here tomorrow. Now, if he were talking to someone in Australia, that would make perfect sense. Actually, he is tomorrow. Isn't he? Yes. He's
Is
in,
Lee that much ahead of us? Or no, just us?
it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Am I right about that? It
I
doesn't
thought
seem like I'm right
I
about
thought
that.
they weren't as far ahead of us as Australia.
It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know.
I
Yeah,
thought
they're
there was
6 hours ahead of
difference.
us.
Right. I thought there was a 6 hour difference, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, which would put him at like mid-afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what it is. When we're on at night, at 6 at night, then it's 1 in the morning.
Gotcha.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Good morning, Sue Ann. And hey, can you give Wendy a wrench at 8:38? Might as well. We're passing out wrenches.
You got it.
And I was going to say two things. Well, one is I think Logan has missed a lot. He's just looking on Facebook, so maybe he didn't realize you were closing down the store.
Oh dear.
But he's opening a new chapter, so he's going to do his own
You
fish room.
betcha. Bigger and better than ever.
Yes.
I'll
He's going to keep
tell
streaming.
you frankly, I've been wanting to get a video out for days, and I'm so busy doing all this stuff. I don't have time to do it. And when I sit down, I'm so exhausted, I don't have the energy to do it.
I
So
hear
getting
you.
this out from under me is going to make YouTubing far easier than it is, and more interesting. Because I live in a really interesting spot that'll be a great backdrop for videos.
Yeah. It will. Oh. So Mr. CPD says, my daughter 75 is 3 years old. Check the depth of the substrate this morning. It's 2¼ inches. If I add another inch, do I need to pull and replant my crypts?
If you will add it a quarter of an inch at a time.
Yeah.
You can do half an inch, but since you're only putting an inch in, do a quarter of an inch at a time each week, and that plant should come up all by itself. If it doesn't, you may need to tug it a little bit, but it should be fine. Should not be a problem.
Yeah, should be. Logan, I'm going to say to you, if there's something you want, you better get in touch with him because things are moving fast.
Right?
He's saying,
Yeah,
he's saying if you can't sell anything, let him know. It's like, you better call Father Fish because his blowout sale is crazy. Yeah.
Half the the tanks are almost gone. I do have some nice ones left, but the bulk of them are gone. All the big ones are gone. And all of the salt is gone. I still have some acrylic left.
So, raving cyclists, we travel in a shoal. This is a shoal, but cute question, and welcome to the shoal.
Right. How do you do barking spiders?
We consider ourselves a shoal. What'd you say?
Lee said he gave all of his subscribers barking spiders.
We don't know, Lee. We're not talking about that. No, we're not.
Raving cyclist.
Yeah.
Hello, raving cyclist. Welcome to you, and you are now blue.
Now you're part of the shoal.
The breeding setup. I'm going to keep much of that, Logans. I don't know what you're referring to. The breeding setup.
What did you say? Did I miss a question?
You say, what about the breeding stuff? Oh, the rack. I think I've still got most of that.
Yeah.
Over here.
Yeah,
Joey's saying your sound is better. I've noticed that too. It is.
What's better? I'm sorry, I'm missing what you said.
Your sound.
Oh, okay.
Your sound.
Yeah, Callie, I finally got an external microphone that worked. I tried 2 other setups. That wasn't working, so I finally got one. If you spend a lot of money, you can finally get something that works. So I went and bought one that was super expensive.
Logan's. Oh, yes. I still have that, Logan.
Yeah.
I sold one. I've got one left.
And Gene, don't worry. I think he's going to continue to reorder plants. You're going to continue selling plants even from your small
am, and I also will continue selling the dirt supplement.
Yeah, so no worries, Gene. He'll have plants. But go ahead and put your order in, sure.
Absolutely. I will stay on Get and I'll be able to get my website up and operating. That's another
Right.
thing. I've had time to fool with that.
Thank you, David.
So a lot of things will be possible that are not now.
Yeah,
Somebody
you just
just kicked in $5.
yeah.
Where's
Just say David Samsel. Thank you, David.
here he is.
Yeah.
Thank you, David, very much. Appreciate it.
So anyway, okay. Sorry, I just had to answer a business question. It's always something.
Barking spiders.
No, we're not talking about that. Let's just move along. Move along.
Really?
Yeah. Good morning, Maple Street Aquatics.
Oh. Louis.
Yeah, I
Fishing.
mean, but
So you want to
seriously,
do your song? Fishing. Come on up and do your song. I really want to hear that again.
but Logan, if you're
I
interested,
know everybody else will enjoy it too. Let me post the link. See if we
oh
can
yeah, we would like.
invite all of us to get up
Maybe
here.
he'd rather record it and send it to you, Father, than sing it live. That could
Well,
be
that would
okay.
be okay. Either way, it'd be nice to
Yeah.
have it.
That makes
But I'd
people
be
nervous.
happy to have him come up and sing it.
Well, I know you would, but that's not always everyone's comfort level. You know,
Don't make
everybody wants.
excuses. Don't make excuses for it.
I'm trying to be kind.
No, I know, but you're making excuses. Don't give them a way out.
Well, I was going to say, I try to leave people a way out.
You got a corner
Logan,
into it. Right.
you know what I'm going to suggest to you, Logan? If you're interested in anything, get your butt down to the store. Get in your truck and go to the store because
Today.
it's going fast.
By this
You're not
weekend,
that far.
all the tanks will be gone by this weekend. Guaranteed.
And you're close enough. Man, if I was that close, I'd be there going through all
So
the.
Jeannie liked the way the plants were packed. She got a big order, as I recall.
Who? I'm sorry.
Jeannie Campbell, or Jane Campbell,
You got an order from you?
a plant. Yeah, I shipped it out Monday, and everybody got them Wednesday, Thursday. So that was great. And we ran out of heat packs, but I wasn't too worried about it because it was mostly southern deliveries. And it looks like everything got there in good shape. So
Yeah.
thank heaven for that.
I mean, pretty much, unless they freeze, they're good. As long as they don't freeze.
Greg wants to know if a barking spider is a poot. No, and I didn't know what a poot was until Lee did his video the other day. Now I know what a poot is. Now, barking, I don't know what a barking spider is. So I don't know if it's a poot.
We're going to go right over that and keep going. We're done.
Joey doesn't like spiders.
That's not it. We're just going to move along. Move along.
My doctor's appointment is at 10 o'clock, Logan. I'll be back here by 11 at the latest. Amanda, do I sell plants on my site? Yeah, I do have some plant deals on Get Gills. You could go there. That's a good place to get them. And it's a really good deal. I do 5 plants, either bunch or rooted, for $25. So it's $5 a piece. And you can do up to 4 lots in one shipment for $25 shipping. So it's $125, and you get 20 plants plus some bonus stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Jean,
Debs.
yeah, Jean said her plants are fine. It was just 9 degrees there, but they're okay. So good. Good, Jean. Good morning, Aquatic Nest.
Banatsky is here. Hello, Banatsky.
It's moving right along.
Moving right along. Right.
Yeah, that's, I mean, you know, when we don't want to talk about it, we're just moving right along. We just move along. Lee, mind your manners. We're not talking. Anyway, okay.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
You're going to be able to keep selling plants, so that's great. And he has good plants. So,
selling plants, selling dirt.
yeah,
I'll also sell the sodium thiosulfate, the chlorine
yeah.
remover, and whatever else. I'll do
Yeah.
some fish. I will do native fish. I will keep selling native fish, so long as I can get out and collect. And that's another thing. By not having this shop around my neck, I'll be able to get out and do more collecting, which means I'll be able to do more videos in the field. So that'll be fun too.
Yeah. So, yeah, everybody's talking about them. I mean, I've only ordered plants from Father Fish once, but they came in great. And actually they were large. They were large. I mean, the Anubias and stuff, I mean, they were good sized plants. They weren't just, a rhizome with 3 leaves, they were actually good sized plants. So that was nice.
Yeah, I try to do well with it.
Yeah, no, they were great.
You ain't gonna get her.
Shame
You ain't gonna get her, Lee. You ain't gonna get her. She's a very very hard nosed woman. Hard nosed business.
Yeah.
You
I
don't
got my
get
line,
her.
boy, and we're not crossing it.
Right.
Yeah, no, Amanda, you'll be happy because, like I said, my plants came in great, and they were nice. Like I said, they weren't
I
just
do
they
carry
just weren't little plants with a couple leaves on them. They were nice.
anything doesn't come in right.
Yeah. So, and I look at we talked about it, that $25 shipping. I mean, you can get a lot of plants in a box. You can order more plants and take advantage of that one shipping fee.
Yeah, that's like 20 plants.
Yeah. But you could, if I wanted to double the plants, you could probably still fit them in that box, right?
I don't know if I could get 40 in. I can get 20 in.
Yeah.
We did a 20 shipment, but we did a slightly bigger box with it. But that involved some larger plants. I had a big mother Amazon sword about 18 inches tall in that order. Somebody ordered $150 worth of plants, so I kind of went overboard on it.
Well, the order I did was $100 worth of plants. So anyway, whatever. I got a lot of plants. I was happy. It was all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I do remember that. That's right.
Yeah. It was a while ago, but yeah. All right, I'm just scrolling back to see if I missed anything.
Oh. You should be able to get plants out of Holland. Hey, Bill.
Anything big?
Oh, fantastic fish.
Nice.
I
need to start going through those boxes that you all hauled down. I gotta get my van emptied so I can load it up with that stuff.
Let me go home and see what's going on.
Yeah, the boys will be back. They'll be here around 10. I'm going to be at the doctor, but there'll be people here.
And on that, there's a piece of metal or piece of wood out there that you threw on the side. It's got 2 metal
Yes,
dishes.
he does recommend that, Amanda. He loves a lot of plants, so this will be a chance for you to get a good amount, so it'll be substantial. And
you want that? Sure.
I just
love the black sand myself, and definitely let us know how it turns out.
Okay.
It's always fun to do anything, upgrade, redecorate, add something. It's fun. It keeps it going, right? It's kind of like redecorating your house or a room. It's like, I'm going to redo my tank,
Look in the toolbox if there's nothing there, all the way in the back.
Oh, you're getting your supplements in? Yeah, that'll be awesome too.
Big toolbox, big standing toolbox.
Definitely. I've
third door down.
But obviously, we have a lot of people on here with testimonials saying it's great. So I know you'll be happy with it. I'm just talking away, chatting about all the
Good
comments.
thing you are, because I'm
You know, but well, I
yeah,
mean, you
David,
have
you
a
ought
lot
to be
going on.
David, you ought to be able to get plants from Holland. So that's where the best plants in the world come from.
Yeah, because is
That's
that where
EU. I
Tropica
mean,
is?
that should be, shouldn't have any trouble getting them shipped in.
Father Fish? Is that where
But
the Tropica company is? Is that in
yeah,
Holland?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's what I thought. And I mean, they're huge companies. So yeah, you should be able to get everything over there. Yeah. Um, so I think we've kind of addressed everything so far. So if anybody has anything else, just drop it in. Because our goal is to stay as close to the bottom of the chat as we can.
It looks like Lee is planning to spend the rest of the day in the bathroom.
Do we need to know this?
Well,
Oh my
it's
goodness.
we do
Okay, Red
we
Eye
do get
Aquatic.
up to the we do get up to the minute reports after all.
Yeah, okay, we're good for now. Um, I got Red Eye says I got my supplement last week and have 2 tanks set up. They're both beautiful, and I need more plants. Well, that is awesome, and you know where to order the plants from Father
You
Fish.
bet. Irene, hello, hello.
I can
Mr.
give you
Lockmo.
an honest testimonial because I have some of his plants.
Red
Like,
Eye Aquatics. Hello, hello.
yeah. Good morning, Sister
Wonderful.
Love. Good
Yeah, we're
morning. Well,
just finally getting this shipping thing together.
yeah. So
Live chat. No, I'm not in live chat. Thank you, Sister Lockmo. Oh dear.
thank goodness I am. Good morning, Jennifer Martin. Father Fish, since you're passing out wrenches, you want to give one to Jennifer who just came
I
in?
got it right there.
Okay. Thank you.
You got it. Go, Jennifer. Thank you. I
Lee,
took
Father
the
Fish, you gave me this job, and it's the only one I have. I'm taking pride in my role. Grateful to have it.
right.
I will not let you down. The court jester is hard at work.
Yeah, I get it. I got it. I know. Listen, I'm your biggest fan, and you know that
Oh,
for
I love you, Lee.
absolute truth.
But we got a line. This is a family show. We got a line. Okay? You gotta be
Right,
careful.
right. Well,
Somebody has to.
that includes knocking them offline as need be. I do it. I do it with love.
That's right. Kicking you out. I mean it the nicest way, but you're gone. I think Lee prides himself on being kicked off the most too.
No doubt, no doubt.
Anyway.
The website is not operative yet. You can try it. My webmaster tells me it is, and then customers tell me it's not. But the website is Father Fish Aquariums with an S, aquariumsplural.com. Fatherfishaquariums.com. Somebody want to post that link, please. World's smallest fish room. Yes, I'm going to be staying in Florida. For now, I'm staying here in Venice. I'm just making a kind of a lateral move off the porch into the bedroom. So the porch will become my new studio. I'll be doing that, starting that process next week. Um, so I may, in about 2 weeks, I ought to be starting to broadcast from my new studio, which will be nice or not,
Hmm.
but it'll be new and different. So that'll be nice.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Sister Lockmo, for dropping that link. Um, and I don't know what I was just going to ask you. So I was thinking, and now it's right out of my head.
Number 7.
Oh, it was
Yeah,
Barbara.
water plants. if you want to order plants, there are two ways you can do it. If you know how many batches you want, and at this point, I'm not doing species. You cannot ask for species. I'm doing batches, so it's a grab bag. You get 5 bunches or 5 plants for $25. I will do up to four batches, four $25 groups in one shipment. So that's $100 plus 25 shipping is $125. You can order directly on PayPal. Go to PayPal, make sure you put in your address, make the deposit of 125, and it will be shipped out to you. Just say what you want. Make sure you say what you want, or I'll think it's a personal gift, and I will be appreciative. I'll be appreciative for the order.
Ah, funny. So okay,
Really.
so we do have a question, and then Bottom Dweller said they finally got a video of the red-tailed cat out of her hideout. That's awesome, because yeah, it is hard to get videos of some of those fish that only want to come at night. You know.
Bone sparrows.
Yeah, that's the question.
That's neat. Bone sparrows has natural sunlight tanks. That's exactly what I want to try to do. I've not been able to do that, and I so want to have natural sunlight tanks. If there's no sun to speak of, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So long as the plants outside are alive, your plants in the tank are going to be alive. It's really not an issue. If you go more than 2 weeks with no sunlight at all, then you better move because you're in trouble. And maybe we're all in trouble.
Oh,
So,
good morning.
It's not an issue. Don't worry about it.
Good morning, Aquafern from New Brunswick, Canada. I'm from Maine, so we're not too far from each other.
Fish and tank uses natural light.
Yep. I
I think that's hands down the best way to keep tanks.
I have a lot of tanks that I would say get 3 or 4 hours a day of natural light, and then I have
is that really direct sunlight or just daylight?
Some of it's direct and some of it's daylight, but the plants do well. And this tank's one of them. I have to, and it has a glass top, so I have to get these blinds angled just right so we get some. But if it's direct all the time, it's too much, because this is the southern side. So, but I think having some sunlight, for 3 or 4 hours a day is really good. And it's not green, I don't have green water and all that stuff, I think that's the fear. Everybody thinks their tank's going to completely turn green, but it doesn't. Oh, Gollum is here.
We're in trouble here.
Yeah, he's turned into Gollum.
I want to know, Aquafirm.
They're from New Brunswick, Canada.
Somebody let Gollymon out.
I know, that's what I just said. Gollymon's out. The altar.
Gollymon just had his wrench removed. So anybody, Gollymon.
Good morning, Chevy.
Anybody who wants to, hi Chevy. Anybody who wants to knock Gollymon off, who has a blue wrench, you are hereby empowered.
Well, if he gets out of hand.
Yeah, just be gentle.
But watch him.
He is, after all, not a well creature.
Oh, boy.
but we don't tolerate a lot of his bad stuff.
Right.
You just gave me a wrench, dotard. Well, and you just lost it too. You don't call me a dotard
Thanks for your
and keep a wrench at the same time, even if you call me one for losing it. Double loss, double loss.
I mean, don't forget, Father Fish can block you completely, forever, forever.
Aquifer. I'm an aquaponics guy.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
nice.
Oh, love it. Love it, Aquafirm. All right, Aquafirm just earned himself a
Got a
wrench. Member of the
wrench.
club here. Member of the club. Jokingly is joking. Well, Lee, did you just change your name in order to get Gollymon up? Because I didn't think Gollymon had a wrench. I
Well,
mean,
I
there's
don't see that
nothing.
Gollymon does have a wrench.
Oh,
On
no,
my
he's
end,
there.
it doesn't have a
He's there.
wrench.
I got it. Oh, it's
Okay.
okay.
Um.
Got it.
So
We can do
Aquifer
that.
says, I'm able to raise goldfish in aquaponics as a result of prioritizing the fish.
Oh,
Nice.
Gollymon is joking, Lee. Gollymon, we're
Joan
gonna,
Virgil.
we're gonna, you're gonna get gone here in a second. You don't mess with Lee, Gollymon. Don't mess with him,
All
or you
right.
get
So
messed with.
we have an actual question, Father Fish. Joan says, I'm planning on purchasing your Formosa. The plan is housing them in a 20-gallon long. My questions are what care is needed, what other fish are compatible with them, and how many for a 20 long?
They're actually pretty compatible. Uh, you can keep them with Tetris. They're not aggressive at all. You can keep them with guppies, um, mollies, platies, any kind of live bear, any other small fish. I would not put them with angels or anything that's going to eat them, that'll get big enough to eat them. But any small fish, generally, they're not aggressive. They're a gentle fish. Not a particularly colorful fish, but a very pleasant little fish to have. One you'll enjoy. And if you participate in the breeding program, the selective breeding program, you will begin to notice some morphs popping out. There are white and marbled so far. So we're starting to get some variation in the Formosa. They will be guppies one day.
um, Hannah Robinson says, and hi, Patrick.
Gollymon, Gollymon, um, your words have been lied by yourself. So we know Lee is trustworthy, and we know you are not. So nothing you can say about how terrible Lee is holds any water at all. And if you don't chill, I'll kick you off the stream for the day. So be
I will
nice
bet.
or be gone.
Yeah. Um,
Lee got
are
rid
you
of
ready
him.
for this question?
Go for it.
Okay. Are you ready for this question?
Yes.
Okay. Hannah Robinson. I collected some mud, rocks, and sticks from a lake in the nature reserve to increase my biodiversity. What are the chances I will introduce parasites or something dangerous into my tank if I put it in?
Somewhere around 1 in 1,000. I frankly am never concerned about it. Not that I don't have problems occasionally. For example, I'll give you an example. Somebody caught some gar, 12-inch gar. I threw him in my tank, my big predator tank. A month later, I noticed one of my fish uh, had what looked like some severe problems. Upon examination, I found gill flukes. Obviously, they came from the gar. The gill flukes were removed. The fish was healthy. I put him back in. I pulled the gar out and checked it. He had gill flukes. I was able to. There were big ones, not little tiny ones. Pulled them off, got rid of them, put them back in, and we'll see if we're okay. I may yet need to treat the tank, but since everything's being broken down, it's kind of a non-issue, and those gar are going to go back in the wild anyway. So they'll be fine or not, depending on the wild. But you will run into a problem. One out of every 1,000 times you try it, I don't even worry about it. My attitude is if something happens, which extremely rarely it does, then I deal with that. But I don't try to I don't try to I'm not afraid to put new things in my tank. I'm not afraid to go out and collect and put stuff in my tank. In fact, I've got my next video is going to be all about that. And I will try to deal with this issue of bringing in unwanted hitchhikers in that video.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're talking about mud, rocks, sticks, that sort of stuff, there really is nothing you could bring in that would be a problem. So it's really not an issue at all.
Um,
I will explain in the video about bacteria, about
okay.
what good and bad bacteria are and what that means. So keep an eye out for that.
Okay. I think you and
What are we
I
doing?
have a little bit of a lag. I'm not sure if I should drop down and come
I
back.
don't think we do.
Okay. Well, you keep freezing on my end, so I wasn't sure if it was just the freezing or a lag. But Bottom Dwellers is asking, my tank hardly ever gets any real daylight. Only have one window in my fish room or my fish shed, and it's on the eastern side of it. Is this bad for my fish? I can't really put a new window in until spring.
Well, it's certainly not bad for your fish to not have
Right.
sunlight. It's good for your fish to have it. I've been here 10 years and I've only got one or two tanks that get any sunlight at all, and that's for just minutes. Um, so I've been missing that, but it's as much me as it is the fish in the tanks. So yeah, if you can do it, you'll appreciate it. If you can't, you can manage without it.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Amanda, do I always quarantine
oh,
my fish? Now, I never quarantine my fish. And it's really the same thing. I simply don't have a problem. Now, it's probably because I can look at a fish and tell whether it's got a problem. And if it's got a problem, it does not go in the tank. Um, Obviously, there's some things you can't see. But the other issue is I have, for the most part, species tanks. So when I put fish in a tank, they're generally the only thing that's in that tank. There may be a few others of something else in the tank. So if I do run into a problem, I can isolate that tank and be able to treat it. And I've had that happen a few times.
um, so there's a question from Michelle. So it's Father Fish. So I have a 75-gallon Tetra community tank that has been up and successful for over a year. I've done my homework and I'm ready for discus. Why do breeders discourage mixing sources?
Well, because discus breeders, by and large, are purists. They simply are. I mean, if I were breeding discus, commercially. I would not allow anything else in the tank with them. I simply wouldn't. That's not to say discus don't get along with other fish or that other fish don't get along with discus. That is to say, if I have that single focus of wanting to maximize my discus population, keep them at maximal condition all the time, I'm not going to mix them with anything else. I'm not going to take the risk of doing that. But in a home community tank, discus do fine with many other kinds of fish, and they do brilliantly. Make sure you're buying them from a source that's appropriate. However, there are some discus available on the market that I would not mix with other fish because they've been raised in conditions so pristine and so specific that unless you duplicate those conditions, they're not going to do well anyway. But generally, the imported discus from the Far East are healthy, strong fish. I've never had a problem mixing them in with other fish.
So
Just
Joan's
don't
wondering about.
easy.
I was just gonna say, can you give Justin the wrench? He's been here so many times
Yeah,
at
got it right.
9:14.
Yeah,
And then Joan was just asking if she needed to quarantine the Formosa.
no.
But I mean, you
I mean,
don't.
it's
You don't.
it's a matter of what your protocol is, Joan. If your protocol is
Yeah.
to quarantine everything, then by all means. If it's not, then don't. I mean, it's really a personal choice. I make a personal choice. I
I
don't
agree.
I don't suggest that anyone else should. Um, there is certainly nothing wrong with quarantining fish. It's a perfectly appropriate thing to do and a responsible thing to do. I don't do it for personal reasons, mainly because I can get away with not doing it. Because if I run into a problem, I can deal with the problem without affecting everything else or much of anything else. Gill fluke med.
So Jean's asking. She's curious about the gill fluke medication. What would you use for treatment? My new cichlids are flashing, no ick. What else would cause that? I hate to med if I don't know what it really is.
You know what I suggest, Jane? Get on um, Discord. Stephen is on there, and he's got a bunch of different recommendations for various conditions. It'll allow you to show a picture. You can even do a short video to show what's going on. So flashing occurs before the spots appear with it. So, it's possible it is it, but it simply hasn't shown up yet. The white spot is the waste from the parasite that does not show up for a day or two after the parasite is infected or is attached itself to the fish. So it could still be that. Flubendazole is a common med that most people use for gill flukes, blue flukes, gill flukes.
But
Flubendazole.
yeah, yeah. Um, Bottom dwellers wanted to make sure that you knew that he was thanking you for the info on the sunlight, that they're okay without the sunlight. Um, and yes, those are my horses. The ones that are on right now are horses that we've sold. But we don't have our show horses up, but yes, those are our horses. And you have a question. I don't even
Kingship Palcord.
I'm trying to say that name.
Kingship Palcord.
Right. Yeah. Hi, King.
Hi,
King.
Denitrification
So
process.
you see the question, the denitrification process start immediately in the dirted substrate, or does it take a few months?
Uh, for all practical purposes, yes, it does. What I recommend is that you add plants lustily and aggressively, add fish parsimoniously.
Okay, because they've added to that question.
Lots of plants, little bit of fish. Add fish slowly, add plants more rapidly.
Okay. Do you see the other question at 9:19 that adds to their original question?
When nitrates reach 250, then you can do a water change. Nitrates are not toxic. Do not be overly concerned about nitrates. They have to be extremely high for them to be a problem. If you want to do water changes when they get up, wait for it to get to 250 and then do about a 25% water change. That'll get it down to 175 or so. You can do another one and get it down to 100 after another week. So don't worry too much about nitrates. It's not a problem. I've had nitrates up to 500 and never noticed the problem.
Yeah. So,
Mr.
Mr.
BCPD,
Yeah.
never quarantined my fish, never had a problem. But a month ago, I got burned and lost lots of fish. Quarantining from now on. It can happen, absolutely.
Can. I mean,
It can happen.
there's always a chance. And then Amanda has a question. Hey, Father Fish, can I keep mollies, platies, and zebra danios in a temperature of 86 degrees so I can avoid the ick problem?
Um, the Danios might not like it, but you
Yeah,
certainly
the
can
mollies
keep
and
mollies and platies. Yeah, I would not keep it at
Yeah.
86. Keep it at 82. 82 will prevent ick from getting started.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm reading. um,
Johan Martinson. Martinson. Martinson.
did Johan come in? Because I didn't see him.
Yes, he is. He is world's
Did I
smallest
miss
fish.
him?
920.
Oh,
He is world's
I
smallest
thought the
fish.
picture looked familiar, but then the name didn't match. So he's been in here all this time, and I was thinking he hasn't been here. Sneaky.
Aha.
Sneaky. So, hello, Johans. And I don't know, there's a little bit of horse talk in here.
TJ, 6 weeks after hitting sand, my nitrates are 10. Yeah, if your nitrates are going way up, just put more plants in the tank. It's slow, but it works. Slow but steady wins the race. Aquafirm is in New Brunswick,
Yes.
Canada.
Just, and the next, well, right above us, right above me. So,
Bottom
okay. And
dwellers,
any
hardwell
ideas?
water,
Father,
twofold tap, my planted shrimp goes up to 6. Yeah, I would do that. I would use distilled water, RO water, rainwater. You might collect rainwater. That would be a helpful way to proceed.
yes. Yes, I know. I know the ice cream girlfriend guy. Yo. And then there was, where did I see it? No, bows and barrels. You should
No,
not
those barrels
vacuum your
do
gravel
not
before you add
vacuum
the
your
sand.
gravel before adding sand.
Yeah. Right.
Were we both saying
Right.
the same thing? That's funny. We were, weren't we?
Yes.
We were both talking.
And then, not bows and barrels. Brandon says, Father Fish, any ideas about scum on top of the planted tank with no filter? Oh, Irene's from Alberta, Canada. Hi, Irene. From Alberta.
Yeah, I use a little cup or something and just kind of uh, what's that called? Skim. I skim
Biofilm.
it off.
Biofilm.
Yeah,
Biofilm. Oh, to skim it off?
by it and
Um,
removing it, skimming it. I skim it off.
Skim it off. I personally just like a little air stone to keep it
Yeah, I don't
moving.
think it hurts anything. A little air will keep it from happening. And who is
Holly,
it
are you
that's
saying to
doing?
me?
Holly's doing a
Are you saying?
wild Mustang rescue. Cool. Well, bottom dweller.
Yeah, I think Holly missed the fact that I'm a horse person too. Yeah, we
Yes.
do mostly American saddlebreds, but we do have some miniature horses. And the horses that are on the site were horses we were selling, not our current show string. That's all good. And bottom dwells. Father Fish, I was worried about the high TS. Yeah.
No. You know, you worry when there's something to worry about. You don't worry for the sake of worrying. You know, really. I mean, if
We
you got
could
a
make
problem,
ourselves not.
worry about the problems. Don't worry about not having problems. It's not a good idea to worry about problems when you don't have any. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. Don't make it up as you go along.
And Chevy Fish throws in protein skimmer. In the chat.
Protein skimmer's good. Yeah. I don't much like them because they remove a lot of stuff from the water column, but then that's mostly to do with saltwater systems where you're raising coral, where the algae in the coral really need those proteins. So you're kind of starving the coral out.
So bows and barrels, if you missed that answer, we both said don't vacuum your gravel, just cap it with sand. You want to leave all that stuff in there. Cap it. And then don't ever vacuum again. Just do your water changes and don't disturb your sand.
Don't mess with it. Don't touch the substrate.
Right. Okay. King, I'm just going to call you King. King, I have another question. In the summers, my room temperature is often 32 to 33 degrees Celsius. And most of the year, it's about 28 to 30. Will it hurt the plants? Right now, it's winter, 24 degrees. No problem now. So just asking about all that fluctuation in temperature, does it hurt the plants overall?
No, not at all. Not at all.
No. And
ultramagnetic.
Father Fish, how many tanks did Henry Hall have?
I just try to remember. I don't know if I can count them. I probably can't count them because I only really saw his fish room a few times before it was broken down. I don't know, maybe 40 tanks, but they're all big tanks. He had no little tanks.
Okay, so there's little things coming in. So Amanda wants to know what we mean by capping. What does capping mean?
Yeah, it's simply a way of putting sand on the top of the substrate in order to slow down the water flow going into the substrate in order to keep the nutrients down in there and not in the water column. so it acts as a barrier between the enriched substrate and the water column.
So you're literally adding a layer on top of what you already have. You're
Yeah,
just
exactly.
adding another layer.
Exactly. Right.
Um, and then, oh, King likes the fact that I'm just calling them King. And they had another question. It says, also, you suggested less fish, but when the substrate matures, can it be heavily stocked?
Yeah, absolutely. And
Less
you can
fish.
get there in a
Yeah.
you can get there in a few months. Um, it's really got more to do with building up nitrifying bacteria in the surface, on the plants, on the surface, on the rocks, whatever, in order to be able to deal with the ammonia that's being produced. So more plants themselves absorb ammonia directly. So it's just a matter of putting the fish in slowly enough that you're not getting an ammonia spike.
Yeah. So Aquafirm has a question that, I mean, really is just going to address pretty much what you're going to do in your new fish room. How manageable is a large fish room filled with deep substrate tanks? How many hours a day would you spend working on maintenance?
Probably
If you have
zero.
your right, that's the
I've got
whole idea.
I've got like 400 tanks here. I do maintenance once a month for 10 minutes. I mean, that's literally, I never do maintenance.
Right.
The only maintenance I do is planting plants, and I'm pulling stuff out all the time because I'm selling out of these tanks. Now, once I get moved and set up,
Right.
I'm not going to be selling out of the tanks that I set up. I will have vats, growing plants and holding them. I'll be selling out of those. Unless somebody processes my palm with mighty silver, I'm not going to be pulling plants out of my tanks. I'll do it for the buck,
Right.
but
Right.
otherwise I'm not. Yeah, and I guess if we're getting down to
Otherwise,
the
I'll leave you alone.
point where
Good
I
morning,
need
Miss.
to leave. I need to leave
Yeah.
here
Well,
in about
they
10
say.
minutes.
Well, they say you sold them. You sold them on your deep substrate, low maintenance tanks. I mean, who doesn't want that?
Really, I got a
Yeah, I don't
call.
want a low maintenance tank.
I got a call
I
from
don't
a
want that.
gentleman yesterday who's been coming on here. He doesn't get on in the mornings because he's too old and too tired to get out of bed. And he was trying to convince me to do the evening streams, uh, because he enjoys them so much. But he just bought $100 worth of substrate additive in order to be able to do 20 new tanks he's setting up that he doesn't want to have to do maintenance on.
Yeah.
So
Aquatic
there
Nest,
you have it.
thank you so much. Aquatic Nest just gave us a nice compliment, Father Fish. Thanks, Father Fish and Joey. Great streams. Thank you. Very kind of you to put that in there. We appreciate it.
Whoa.
And just backing you up. Father Fish method is indeed amazing. My 5-gallon tank is doing awesome. Thank you, Tisha. I mean, that's the idea, that you can get a tank set up that you can enjoy, that you don't have to mess with every day.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
you can just sit back and let it be. Let it do its
Yeah,
thing,
I rate two,
you know? Hey, we haven't done
two,
a sand bell in a
two
while.
in
I feel like that
recommend
sand bell has just been
2 inches of sand.
right. Oh, good morning, Rocco. That's right. We've not been good on the sand bell. We've been bad
Yeah,
on the
we
sand.
are getting the sand bell.
Yeah.
Ultramagnetic. Which
You
fish
are
am I
welcome.
getting? I'm gonna try to keep. I don't know if you're familiar. If you're familiar with Alex's tanks and systems, that's the direction I want to go in. A more Dutch approach to plants uh, with more of the rare, the uncommon little fish. And there are a lot of them I want to get into.
Yeah. Um, yes, Aquafarm. Aquafarm says this era of fish keeping is so great. I
Yeah, you
remember the
bet.
battle days, free internet in a small town where only sources of information was the person making money off of you.
True enough.
You are
True
right.
enough.
You're
Or a club
right.
if you were fortunate enough to be able to start a club or join a club or even get a few friends together, fishy friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's so much better in
And
that
Amanda,
respect.
you are welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. Father Fish loves to answer questions. That's why he's up here. He loves this. He likes to help people.
All
Yeah.
right. I need
And
to
I
go.
mean,
I need to go. I've got to make a
yeah,
pit stop for
you got a
the
doctor's
doctor.
appointment.
Yeah, I've got
So
a doctor's
why do
appointment.
you play your yeah? Play the
Do
Karuna
what?
Karen song. That's a good one.
Okay.
Can you play the
Do that.
Karuna Karen song?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good one. Thank you everybody for coming in. Sorry we have to cut it short, but you got to do what you got to do, right? So Father Fish, we'll be back tomorrow at 9 in the
Yes,
morning,
we
right?
will. See you tomorrow morning,
Yeah.
9 o'clock tomorrow.
Yep.
Coming up.
Okay. Thanks for putting up my link, Karuna Karen. Thank you. And
Well,
yes, can you
here
give
we go.
Father Fish a thumbs up on your way out? That would be wonderful. Thank you, everyone.
See you all in the morning. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Chevy. Thanks for dropping links and everyone else who dropped links. Have a great day.
Memories, memories.
Thanks, Amanda. You as well. Have a great day.